Just be there. Be there in the moment. Make your partner, make your spouse feel important. Do not interrupt. Hey family, it's your girl MarshaunO. I'm here to tell you how to be a better listener. 3 ways to be a better listener. So I actually thought about this because a lot of people are saying that when they're talking to their spouse, when they're talking to their loved one, that person that is listening, whether girl or guy, really doesn't matter. Sometimes they have a tendency to try to solve the other person's problems. And so a lot of times when we're venting to one another, a lot of times we just want you to listen. Doesn't matter who's speaking in the relationship. A lot of times your partner just wants you to listen to what they have to say. Sometimes when we're actually venting, we actually think about the solution and what's actually happening. We actually think about the solution to our own problem and how we want to handle it. But sometimes we need to verbally get these things off of our chest and say these things to you as the partner, to you as the spouse. So one of the ways so you can become a better listener is to just do not interrupt. Give your partner, give your spouse the space and the time to just get everything that they need to say off their chest. Literally, just do not interrupt. Allow them to just talk and talk and talk and talk. Yes, of course, you're sitting there listening to them. You're making them feel heard. You're making them feel important. But really, what you're doing is giving them the space to complete their thought, to complete the way that they're looking at the situation, and even sometimes, as I mentioned, can come up with their own solution. But for the majority of it, what they're really trying to do is just express and complete their thought process. So you are not interrupting. And another reason why you don't want to interrupt is because some of the times when your partner or your spouse is actually speaking, your questions that you have, a lot of times, if they continue to speak, if they continue to talk without you interrupting them, at some point they answer the question that you were going to ask anyway. So do not interrupt. That's one way to become a better listener in your relationship, and specifically to your spouse. Another thing is, I mentioned it, but the second thing really is to make them feel important. Give them the time, space, and energy just to vent, just to speak, just to get it out. You're there for them in their time of need, so they're able to express themselves, specifically what they need to get off their chest. You're there for that. You're there, and just be there. Be there in the moment. Be there, allowing for him or her to just take in your energy, take in the fact that, you know what, you took the time to actually listen to what he or she has to say. You're making them feel important. Literally, you are making them feel important. So this is a way to become a better listener. Make your partner, make your spouse feel important. The third thing is, don't try to solve their problem. Because as I mentioned earlier, lots of times when we're talking, we don't want you to solve our problem. We actually just want to talk. We actually just want you to be there. We want you to experience the things that I am saying. I want you to experience what I'm actually talking about, how I felt about it, what I was feeling in that moment. And so I just need to vent. I need to just get it out. But don't try to solve my problem, because when you're trying to solve my problem, you're not really listening to me. You're not. You're not really listening to my complaints. You're not really listening to what I was actually going through in that moment. You are really just trying to end the conversation. You're really just trying to get done with what I am speaking about in this moment. So don't try to interrupt your partner. No, don't try. Don't interrupt your partner or spouse while they're speaking. Make him or her feel important. And the last thing is, do not try to solve their problem. Because if they want your help specifically for solving the problem, they will ask you to help them solve the problem. So a way that you can actually be there for your spouse, be there for your partner, and become a great listener is wait for them to ask for your help. Wait. Because sometimes they might not. Or what you could do before the conversation starts, you can actually ask them, is this a time where you want me to help you? Or is this a time that you need me to listen? And then go by that. If they just want you to listen, then just be there for them. Just be that great listener. If they're looking for you to help them solve their problem, then obviously you can add in your 2 or 3 cents when it's time. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for listening. I will talk to you guys very soon. Again, MarshaunO. If this is your very first time here, go ahead and give me that like. All right. And then share this with the people that you know who need to hear this content. Okay. I will talk to you guys soon.